Leanna's been commenting. She's so sweet.
She's like, I'm trying.
She really is. I love her for it.
She's out here.
She out here in these
road warrior
engagement streets.
Yeah.
Commenting.
Someone's got to be.
That's her job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne.
We're not recording.
But you are.
Psych. Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Meds are kicking in.
Good. Great. Love that.
Yeah.
Your last episode, Spousal Obligation, that I listened to, you guys talked about how you say the word don't.
Yeah.
I loved it. Cracked me
Don't?
up.
Don't instead of don't.
Oh.
I have to really like process what I'm trying to say.
And then I immediately pictured you in like a work meeting.
Yeah. I have
Don't
to
do that.
Yeah. Well, I actually luckily I was just like typing because I was shadowing someone and they were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. And I was like, no, don't do no. But like typing it. But I was like, no, stop what you're doing. Pay attention to me. Look at my comments. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Why do you think you say don't?
I think it just kind of started as a joke maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been saying it for a very long time, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Just a little Canadian in you.
And yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And now it
Distantly.
just sticks and I have to like really think about my mouth shape to say that word to like
Don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
James and I have words like that, but now I can't even recall because they just need to come into conversation and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But we do
Like,
crap like that all the time.
I get asked where I'm from a lot because of my voice.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Because especially if I'm around anyone who has a little bit more of the like southern twang, I might instantly
enhances.
slip into it.
Mm.
Because there isn't like Arizona doesn't have a generalized accent.
No.
Yeah.
We're just
Boring.
nasally West Coast.
Yeah.
Or like California meets Texas, somewhere
Yeah.
in the middle. But according to the universe of Twilight, there's cowboys running amok
Yeah.
all over Arizona.
Yeah.
That was I remember seeing that midnight showing with all my girlfriends, the first
I was
movie.
there.
And that scene came on and we all just started busting out
When they're
laughing
when
in
they're
the
at the
audience.
hotel?
Yeah, when they're at the hotel and the cowboy walks across the camera
Yeah.
and there's like a truck pulling in.
Yeah.
We were like, what? And he has this
Where
massive
are
bell buckle.
Yeah.
Cracked us up.
Like that's not Phoenix.
That's not Phoenix at all.
No. Ironically though, all of the scenes at the beginning, like her house,
Yes.
is in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's in
really?
Glendale.
When she's potting the cactus.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, Bella would never.
No.
No.
That girl can't garden
No.
to save her life.
That cactus is gonna be dead in a week.
Yeah, you're taking that to the PNW, that poor thing.
Or
is
she's gonna
die.
trip and impale herself on it
Very klutzy.
with her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Did you ever read, or they didn't make it into a movie, but the next book that comes out that's all in Edward's?
Yep. I
Point of view?
read all of it.
I didn't read it either.
I have it in hardback.
Oh, wow.
It's called Midnight Sun. I originally read the first few chapters when they leaked.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they
a
leaked.
fan like hacked Stephanie Meyer, and a fan. She definitely leaked
She
them
did
herself.
it herself, let's be
Yeah.
real.
She needed
And-
some hype around it.
Mhm.
But then she's like, because these leaked, I'm never releasing that book. And then
she
10 years
released it
later,
to
fully releases that book.
I think
I also ran out of money, so
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Because she came out with The Host after Twilight was over and it bombed
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Even though it got made into a movie, still
But the
bombed.
movie also bombed.
Yeah, it did.
So Midnight Sun, it takes 20 pages for you to get to a line of dialogue that is not inside of Edward's head.
Yeah, but that's all of Twilight is mostly in her head too.
Yeah, but his head was not a fun place to be.
Because it's 100
He
years old
spe-
and he should have died in the Spanish influenza.
Yeah, he spends the first good chunk, so the classroom scene, right? Like the meeting her for the first time.
Yeah.
That entire time is him thinking of all the ways he can kill her, get away with it, or if he needs to kill everybody else in the room.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would make sense because he looks like he's about to throw up
Yeah.
when she walks in.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie. Where's she at? Actually, don't care. Don't want to know.
don't want to know.
She's working on it from the perspective of
Jasper.
Jasper.
Well, so that was the one thing. It was the rumor was that if any other prequel book came out, that it would be Jasper and Alice's story.
The Confederate soldier. We need to have that storyline.
More the
Please.
storyline of them meeting.
Heritage, not hate.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
We had a cousin post that once.
Ones.
Well, but the funny thing is that's not our family's heritage.
No.
Oh, no.
We weren't in the U.S. yet.
No. We were immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't we all?
At some point.
Yep.
Hey, you want to draw a question?
Nope. Just kidding.
How rude.
Absolutely not.
Jacques.
Jacques. Which just means, I think, accuse. Like.
Oh,
No, is it
this
a
one's
nice one?
cute. What do you love most about yourself? Was this a Kelly question?
Oh, maybe.
Conceded.
And I think it's going to be a Kelly answer.
It was the day that she needed to hear it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, someday I will need to hear this again.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you need some time?
I need some time.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Go
You need some
ahead.
time. Wow, cool guys.
We're feeling.
You need some
Are we
ideas?
going a physical thing we love most about ourselves or
Sure.
deeper?
We can do both.
Okay.
Why not? What do I love most about myself? Well, after my happies and crappies, not a whole lot.
I know.
Because what my first crappy was, I don't like myself right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
She's so
you
annoying.
need to find something positive, you know?
For sure.
No.
How about my ability to get through adversity without killing people or myself or putting myself in a psych hospital? I think that's pretty good.
No
Yeah.
shame in the psych game.
I didn't say shame. I just
Yeah.
would like to avoid.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to be
It's
in
an
a psych-
expensive vacation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So pretty proud of myself there. Physically, I like being tall. It helps most days.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a little bit shorter, but then I got to stand next to all the cute boys in our school pictures in the back row, and that was really fun.
Mm.
Kelly and I were talking about our first crushes last night.
Yeah.
Fun combo. Yeah, I think those two things. Good.
I
Good
like
job.
it.
I did it.
Kelly?
Kelly?
Oh boy. Oh, I just don't have anything to say right now.
No. Okay, so we needed this question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I like about myself, I like that. Oh no. My brain is like completely blank.
Crickets.
I don't know, man.
Would it help if we said it about each other instead?
I don't want
I
to put
think you're
that
stepping
pressure.
into Spouse
I
too
don't.
closely
I don't
there.
want to put that pressure on you guys.
Oh.
I think a lot
I
of
like-
things I love about you.
I like
Yeah.
that I'm trying to be more adventurous
Mm-hmm.
I like that
with things.
Yeah.
too. Saying yes to things.
Yeah. Getting out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it.
Like when we went out with Tiffany and then met up with Leanne.
Yeah.
And then the night kept going.
Yeah.
Like it was very much I kind of wanted to say no and I just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I said yes and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
You said yes to a spur of the moment change of plans.
yeah,
That's huge.
look at me.
Look at you.
You
That's
planned
growth.
we're planning a vacation with you guys literally this weekend.
I know. I was like,
Not with you, but
yeah.
planning it together.
Yeah. So
Fun.
I was like, we need to do this and we're making it happen.
Like
Because I think often I'm a man of words, not so much a man of actions. So,
You have all the intention,
yeah,
but not necessarily the oomph to get there.
yeah.
I get that.
So I like that I'm trying to be better about that.
You are a very detail-oriented person. You were talking about work yesterday and that someone that you work with is the ideas person and you're the doer.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about you, but I feel like you're nurturing that other part of yourself of like doing the idea too and putting it in action.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
So there.
Good. You did it.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job, Halsey.
Hi. I like my face.
It's a cute face.
There you
Mhm.
go. I like my lower nose. I like that I say yes to things. I like
All
that
the things.
all the things. Not all the things. I think I say no more now than I maybe did in my earlier 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you did last weekend.
Hey, shut up.
Just
I was
saying.
helping a friend.
Yes.
Anyways, we can't tell that story. Moving on.
Yeah.
I see misinterested. Okay. No, I like that I feel protective of people. I like that since I was a kid, and something that has followed me through into adulthood is that I see people and I see like for who they are, good and bad. But that I don't know, that I still want to love people.
Yeah.
You want to see a difference between us and someone else? Jansen, what's your favorite part about yourself?
I'm not a part of this.
Come on, well, you have something.
I'm very smart and very good at everything that I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say am I good looks?
Because he's what? A Virgo
Yeah,
man.
Also handsome as shit.
There it is.
I was like, he'll have one
Yes.
so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For physical and mental.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the confidence.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Big brain.
One more. Jacques.
Knock it off.
No.
What's it gonna be?
baby one?
Oh, little baby.
The baby. Oh, this is a fun one. I know I've finally made it when blank.
Ooh. Interesting. Interesting.
When I don't have to check my bank account before I go to the grocery store.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Which I can more often do
Or the
now
gas
than I could have.
station.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That one
yeah.
I feel like I don't check. I don't have to check anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I feel like I'm finally in a place where I don't check my bank account to go get gas.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you can set all your bills to auto pay and just be like
Ooh. Most of mine are right now.
hands free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a few where I'm like, let's see which bank account that's coming out of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Cal?
That's a good one.
Also, what has made it mean to you?
I know.
So just like
True.
financial
Yeah.
freedom
Yeah.
or like your career?
When I'm working for myself
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Full time.
full time
Yes.
and successfully living off of that.
Yes.
Just doing whatever I want.
Not answering to anybody but the government.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't even
And
want to answer
maybe-
them.
And maybe I have a personal chef.
Oh, I love that
do like that.
goal.
But
Yeah.
not one who's like in my house. One who just drops it off.
No. Have you seen the TikToks of like the private chefs that they'll like record their whole day of like what they make for their
I follow one
person?
in the Hamptons.
And they just
I
stay-
see her too.
I love it
Yeah.
so much. And they make all this like amazing food. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making this focaccia for dinner tonight, and then I'm gonna make this amazing like prepping this, and then I'm doing that, and they really like this type of. Oh,
So custom.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think making it for me is when everything in my life is like in a snap. It's done.
Yeah.
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 Where minor inconveniences for everyday folk
Don't exist.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
what do
like-
you mean I need an oil change? What's that?
Yeah.
Can you take my card to go do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
when
we
I
were-
have an assistant,
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that would we're busy enough that we have assistants to help us do
Yeah.
all those little nuanced things.
I'm not good at delegating.
Right.
Oh, I'll
So,
delegate
I would
the
be like
crap out of it.
apologizing
Yeah.
to my own assistant. Like,
I'm
I'm
so
so sorry to
sorry.
ask you to do this, but I
you
am
have
paying
time,
you. If
would
you
you
have a
mind?
second.
Couldn't be me. I'd be like, so I pay you. Where's my coffee?
Yeah.
Go do the oil change, walk the dog, get some
Wash
water,
the car.
wash the car, and I become
You
a
have
Jersey.
to, I was to say you have to be a Jersey housewife for
I've been,
this to happen.
I have been watching a lot of New Jersey Housewives lately.
As you should.
They rub off on me.
You gotta start
Yeah.
watching Mop Wives.
I think I watched, wasn't that on a long time ago too?
Yeah.
I feel like I've watched an old
It
season of
started
Mob
around,
Wives.
I think, around the same time as when Housewives
Yes.
started.
Did you know that the mob housewife clothing trend that happened this last year, there's a conspiracy that because the Sopranos, HBO was celebrating the 25 years since The Sopranos came out, that there was a conspiracy that they paid a few influencers
to like do the mob wife
to do the aesthetic on TikTok and to talk about it a lot to get it to go off, because as soon as it popped off, they did all of the celebration events and the streaming events for the 25th anniversary. Isn't that hilarious?
I did see the one, I think my favorite thing that came out that I saw was the nail tech from The Sopranos. So she made, she would have to make, because of course all of the women
had fake nails,
had incredible, ridiculous nails and manicures, but they were all press-ons. And so she would make like multiple sets of each set of nails, especially for like Camilla, because Camilla's nails always have to be
very distinct,
perfect. And her square French tip or whatever pearlescent monstrosity she has that day. But she even did all the Gumars, all the everybody.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool job. I was always amazed by on TikTok there Mrs. Maisel. The set designer and costume designers when during the pandemic they started making videos of like what it was like to try and shoot the show during a pandemic and be safe, but also like all that goes into set building these days
and knowing
costuming.
That it was the final season.
It was so cool to watch them do day in the life stuff of just this girl spent an entire day just looking for certain buttons for a coat for that episode.
Wild.
I know. I love it though.
And then they did a massive like estate sale
after the
over a few weekends after the show wrapped, where you could go and buy pieces of the set, of costuming, furniture, everything. And of course it's all like perfect.
Yeah. Very cool.
They had some good furniture in that
They even
show.
had the cars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a bunch of like the taxis and stuff. And
That's so cool.
I still need to finish that.
I still have not finished the last season.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very good.
I think for me it's similar to I still have not finished
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek. I just don't want it to end, and so I just have never finished the last season.
But you know what happens at this point.
Yeah.
It's been spoiled for
Yes.
you.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys.
I finished Schitt's Creek.
Thank you.
I've just not finished Miss Maisel.
Maisel.
Because I keep kind of forgetting.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
okay.
because it was also our like Christmas time show.
Yeah.
And then the final season didn't happen in that time zone because of the pandemic. COVID. So.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so when we don't have to think about our bills, we have assistants.
Everything is automated.
And we're all living off of our own podcast income.
Yeah.
Media income.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, I'm in the creator fund now, so one step closer.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're here.
Should we do another one or should we
Thank you for asking. I would be when I wake up and I only do what I want to do. Thank you.
I like that answer too. Thank you so much for your
Thank
opinion.
You. When I wake up.
No, but that's like you get to choose whatever happens in your day to get shit done or not get shit done.
Yeah. Also, is it going to be like a slow morning and I'm going to ease into things? Or am I going to get up, like be really productive in the morning and like get all my stuff done and then just have the rest of my day to be like
lounging?
Yeah.
Whatever I want.
When every day looks like my Sundays.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Guys.
Every day looks like a Sunday.
Without the Sunday scaries.
Yeah.
Those are no longer in our lives.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Should we pop into travel or do you want to do one more question?
Let's talk some travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk travel.
Let's do it.
Okay. We wanted to talk about a few more stories of our travel adventures, but now this time we're turning the clock towards our teens, going into our 20s maybe, and what travel looked like then. We also brought some souvenirs to talk about or describe for our audience because we love a souvenir just to help tell our travel stories.
Sorry, my notes are on my phone this week because I didn't want to lug my laptop here.
Understood. I have mine on my iPad.
On your iPad? I don't know where my iPad is currently. I think it's in a drawer somewhere. I don't really use it.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it an old iPad?
Yeah. It's like a Gen 5, Gen 6. Yeah, it's not fancy.
I want a new one.
The new one came out.
I know.
I'll trade it. Listen, I love a hand-me-down.
Well, I'll think about it. She gets like a chunk of change for turning hers
I
in.
know.
Yeah.
I got a chunk when I traded my phone in and got my laptop.
It makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a whole payment.
Yeah.
Yes. Where were you obsessed with traveling to when you were a teen? Did you have a place that you were like, this is my entire personality?
I can answer this question for all three of you.
I can answer this question for Bailey.
Oh.
Paris.
All three of us?
No, mine was not Paris.
I feel like every girl had that dream.
Bailey's was Paris.
Yeah.
She had an entire Paris bedroom.
Yeah. Where was
I don't
yours?
know if I necessarily made it my identity or like was so fixated that that was the place I had to go, but I did like Paris because of like the Breakfast at Tiffany's feel and
Yes.
Audrey Hepburn, everything.
Yes.
But I think just Europe in general, I wasn't really fixated on a single
City.
or country but yeah, I really wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower.
Don't we all? Have you been?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did it live up to what you thought it would?
The tower itself, yes.
Agreed.
The surrounding area, no.
Mm-mm.
Is it dirty?
It's dirty.
Have you been?
No.
Oh, I was like, wait, when did you go?
There's
No,
a bunch
I'm just on the
of
internet.
people trying to sell you little trinkets,
Yeah.
and they follow you around. Like, you tell them no, and then they just follow you for blocks.
pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
agree.
scary.
It is a little bit.
I feel like the real charm of France is everything but Paris.
So many people would
the-
disagree with you though. Like Amy
Like the countryside.
loved it.
How funny.
Amy thrived in Paris, but she is that grungy
Yeah.
girl, like city
Yeah.
girl. Like she
Yeah.
loves that kind of stuff. She loves cafes and smoking and
Yeah.
drinking martinis. I want to go back to Paris as a real adult.
I do
'cause
too.
Yeah.
I went at almost 18 or 18. And
Yeah.
I had spent my whole teenage years and adolescence being
Romanticizing
obsessed.
it and obsessed. Yeah.
Absolutely. And watching all these movies and having favorite movies that were based in Paris and being like, I'm going to come alive here.
Yeah.
We went to London the first week and I did come alive there because that was the first time truly out of the country. I mean, Panama, yes, but I wasn't there for fun and frivolity.
Yeah.
But London was incredible. Like the city is so different and electric, very much like DC, where it just has its
Yeah.
own vibe, its own energy, and it's just very London. I don't know how to describe it other than that.
I do wish I was older when I went to London.
Right?
Because that was when I was younger. And so I have and we were only there for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, that's not enough.
Because it was a layover situation.
Yeah. So you like made the most of it. Makes sense.
But
One of my favorite travel memories is having fish and chips for the first time out of the newspaper.
Yeah.
Tons of vinegar, just eating it as you walk down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's like crispy and a little humid and raining. Oh my
love
gosh,
it.
magical. I also had my first beer in London at like a real British pub
Yeah.
after we shopped in the markets downtown. It was so fun.
Fun.
But Paris was nothing of what I experienced. It was so dirty. There was graffiti everywhere. I was so sad about how they did not take care of architecture or historical buildings. Like things were so dilapidated and yucky. And then everyone is mean.
Yeah.
That is the what people say
The
happens the
stereotype,
most.
yeah.
Yeah, the stereotype of French people that they mean. I was like, that can't be real.
Yeah.
It's very real. They're
Yeah.
very angry all the
They
time.
just don't have patience for
No one.
Americans
Yeah.
in general, but
Anyone. Also,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff was just closed. They're not a morning city. They're a night city, which being an 18-year-old there for her school holiday, we wanted to do a bunch of like museums and cafes and do stuff in the mornings and then be in, I think, by dark.
Yeah.
And that nothing was open.
Yeah.
I remember our second hotel in Paris right before we left, we needed breakfast so bad and there was nothing in the hotel. My dad walked like an hour to find bread and he brought back a huge baguette
Oh, no.
and then I think some cheese,
Yeah.
potentially some kind of salami, and that was breakfast.
Yeah.
And we ate it in our hotel room.
yeah,
I was like, this can't be
chunks of
Paris.
bread.
Right. I will say Paris is the best hot dog I've ever had.
that's so funny.
Street vendor hot dog
Incredible.
in Paris.
That's awesome.
The best. I'll never be
Yeah.
able to recreate it unless
so
I go
funny.
back.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
My favorite memory in that city, though, despite it being not what I expected, was we went to the Louvre for an entire day.
Yeah.
And there's this painting, and I'll find it to put it up on social because I still have a picture of it because it was the most epic scene I'd ever seen in a painting.
Oh, really?
It takes up a whole long hallway wall in one of the galleries, and it's a painting of, I believe, Henry VIII getting married to Anne Boleyn, and it's the whole entire wedding scene of him up on the front of the stage, and then all of her bridesmaids in a line.
Aww.
And then her like walking up. I'll have to find a picture of it. It is epic.
Were you surprised by how small the Mona Lisa was?
Oh, she tiny.
Tiny. It was so disappointing.
And then you turn around and it's like the whole wall Last Supper painting. It's
Yes.
ginormous, and you're like,
Why is no one looking at this?
yeah. And there's just a huge crowd trying to get up close to the Mona
Because
Lisa.
isn't it only, it's like that
it's
big.
like an 8.5 by 11.
It's
like
so
tiny.
it's so small.
And then
And it
it's,
took him so long to paint.
I know.
and then it's behind a ton of glass
Yeah.
in this encased
And
box.
like a rope around so
Yep.
you can't get too close.
Which makes sense because wasn't it like last year someone threw cake at it?
Oh,
Oh.
maybe.
Yeah.
But there was like a bunch of like protests where they were
Yeah.
like throwing stuff at paintings and
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me
For the
sad.
record, it's 30 by 21.
oh, sorry, excuse me.
That's still
I was a
very
little.
small
I
for
couldn't get
what
up
you think it
close.
was.
Okay.
I couldn't
Yeah.
either. We were pretty far back. All my pictures are like over people's
Yeah.
heads,
Yeah.
and all the flashback. All you see is
And
everyone else.
on a flip phone
Oh,
and
yeah.
or an actual digital camera
Oh yeah,
because this is 2008.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I had my not a juke. That was the music
Oh.
one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I did love a juke,
Yeah.
but it sounds like a slur.
It
of some
does.
kind.
Absolutely.
It's not, but it sounds like
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny that Paris was kind of both of ours. Okay, tell me travel stories in your teens. Like what stands out? What memories do you have? I was going to start off this conversation specifically for Halsey and I saying there was a very distinct shift in our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
At 14, my mom started working in the airlines, and when her benefits hit, which was free flight for her whole immediate family,
Yeah.
it just unlocked something that I don't think any of us
Yeah.
could have expected because
Well, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
before that we were a road trip family to the max, and we only really went to surrounding states, obviously, because the US is massive.
Yes.
I saw a great TikTok the other day that was a guy that went over to Europe, and he was like, I don't think Americans or people in other countries realize why Americans don't really travel outside of the
Why
US.
they're not considered well traveled.
Right.
Yeah.
Because to get across the US takes days and days and days and days. And there's not really a whole lot in between those days. Whereas in Europe, you can be in London on a flight to Paris and be in Paris in less than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Or take the underwater train.
Or
like-
take a train, period,
Yeah.
and be to like 5 other countries. An underwater
Oh,
train, that doesn't
yeah,
sound fun.
No.
Yeah, it's the one from England to Paris.
Yeah.
I'll take a road.
Hard pass.
An airplane.
I'll take above ground road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when this happened, instead of visiting family by car and going to Utah or
Oh, wow.
California,
Yeah.
and only San Diego, we never went anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
We really hit San Diego hard.
We loved it.
Yeah.
Even after the flight benefits kicked in.
I think this moment just stands out so much to me in the way our family modernized after this, because
Yeah.
beforehand we were such a church family. We lived at church, we worked at church
Yeah.
constantly. And once she started working, like that kind of floated away, and our family changed so much. And all these trips that I didn't think I would ever take until my adulthood, we started taking at 14.
Yeah.
And the whole world opened up more than I ever could expected. Some of the travels that we got to do because of this in my teens, Paris and France, that was my graduation trip, which was huge. Seattle, many times for myself.
Yeah.
We got to go to Montana for the first time to visit family up there and see where my mom grew up a lot, because she lived in
Yeah.
Montana the majority
On
of
and
her
off, yeah.
summers. And see like my aunt and uncle's house that they basically built, and it's been
Yeah.
in their family forever. We did still do a lot of California, and by California I mean Coronado Island. My mom, mom loves Coronado Island.
My parents love it too.
Yeah.
I don't. What is the hold that it has on our
don't
family?
know.
It's just cute.
It is really
It's
cute.
cute.
It's cute.
And
It's walkable.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have to get a rental car. That was a huge draw to San Diego in general, was we rarely needed to get a rental car. because we would take a cab from whenever Mom and I would go, because she would like wake me up in the morning and be like, okay, like put your swimsuit in your backpack. We're going to go to San Diego for a day. We almost never rented a car. We would just take the bus from the airport into San Diego and then just like walk everywhere.
I never did that with Mom. She always rented a car because she got discounts at all car rental places because of her employeeness. Like one of the best times I remember going with her, we rented a
the
Mustang convertible.
That was a good one.
Red. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. I think Coronado though is because it's so clean and beautiful and like kind of unattainable to but it's like I get to spend as much time there as I possibly can, and the beach
very
is really
picturesque
nice.
And the beach is very clean. It's very well taken care of. I remember one time going and we had a kite. And you can't kite. No we got yelled at by the lifeguards. They're like, you can't fly kites in this area.
Rude.
I was like,
a beach?
But there's a place to buy kites right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
The last big trip that I could remember or recall was our Hawaii trip, which ended up being like our last family vacation, I'm pretty sure. Definitely the last positive one. And it was the first vacation we had ever had as a family where I felt like this is a real vacation.
Yeah.
We're relaxing. We're going to the pool and the beach.
Yeah.
Poor Jansen got the worst sunburn he's ever had in his life.
Yeah.
And wasn't it at like the beginning of your trip?
It really was.
Oh.
He got like third-degree burns on his shoulders.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
But for me, just kidding.
But it's also one of the vacations where like I have the best memories of Bailey and I on that trip. It was one of the first trips where we all like we got along really well that trip.
Yeah.
For some reason I was on my period.
Yeah. Oh, and we went on this insane hike while she was on her period.
Did we go on the hike? I didn't go on the hike.
Okay.
My parents really wanted to, and I had the worst cramps I've ever had in my life. And they're like, this is fine. This is what we should be doing in Hawaii. And I threw a fit, and I didn't go on it.
No. We almost died. So you got saved.
I got saved.
But we also we went snorkeling and to a luau and
I'd like to go to Hawaii. I've never been.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
They keep telling us to not go there. Like the locals would really like us not to be there.
We need to right Jansen's wrong trip.
Yeah, that's true.
There is that weird conspiracy that some people have bad Hawaii juju and the island chews you up and spits you out and you should not come. There are people who go and have like the worst luck every time they go to Hawaii.
Oh no.
And the worst stories.
The last thing we need is Jansen to go and like step on a pufferfish or something.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Where did you travel in your teens? Was it a more church travel or did you get to go different places?
No, like church related trips really were only when I was
childhood,
like 10 and younger.
Okay, got you.
Younger than 10 probably. By this time, because my parents were working at camp pretty much full time.
Yep.
My dad wasn't pastoring anymore.
Yeah.
So all of our trips were just vacations.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like at the end of the summer, we would always do a big family vacation with like both my siblings and their significant other and family.
Yeah.
And we'd go to like Washington, D.C. We did a lot of California just because it's easy.
Close.
But yeah, Washington, D.C. was like the most memorable one because we did like a whole kind of tour through like Virginia and stuff to go see all the like battlegrounds and Colonial Williamsburg and all of those things. We spent a few days at Colonial Williamsburg.
I want to go to Colonial Williamsburg. I want to go make some butter.
It's so fun.
Did you ever go over to like Alexandria town, like the old?
I don't think so.
That's okay.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
You're fine.
But yeah, and like I have family in Maine, so we would go like visit them.
Yeah.
And
eat some crab.
Florida. Yeah,
lobster.
we went all over.
Yeah.
But the only other out of the country trip that I ever took with my parents was when my oldest sister and brother-in-law were living in Germany for my spring break. I think it was my junior year of high school. We went to go visit them. And so we stayed, like I stayed at their apartment with them in Germany, and my parents and my aunt and uncle went with us too. And they had a hotel, and then we were there for a couple days, and then that's when we did the whole tour. So we did like Brussels, Amsterdam, Paris, and then back to Germany.
That's
so
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Well, so how old were you then for that trip?
17, I think.
In Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? We talked about it a little bit last night.
I mean, because they really wanted to go to like the Anne Frank house and the church that's like in the middle of the red light district. So we walked through there to go
to get to the church.
Spicy.
And there's like little markets too. There's a picture of me. My mom took of I'm holding like a cannabis starter kit. And I love it so much.
Like to grow?
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. We'll have to find that photo.
Yeah.
Please.
So good.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, it was really fun.
What is it like traveling with your mom and dad? I feel like they would be pretty seasoned.
Yeah.
Organized travelers.
They are. My dad always has a binder of itinerary.
I love it.
And like tickets printed out for whatever the event is, like in the order that we're going to need them. So it's very structured, systematic. And I think I might have answered this like in a later question when I was doing prep. It's kind of ruined me for trying to plan a trip because
relaxed to travel.
And also I don't know how because they always just planned everything. Like I was just along for the ride.
That's a great question. Like ours was kind of like that too growing up, where
you just kind of got thrown in.
Activity central, be entertained, but we don't know how to relax and just be.
Yeah. And my parents just go.
Oh, I can't do it anymore.
So every day had a new activity, a new museum or
so you got to take, I feel like you're taking the benefits of growing up like that and the systematic process, getting that for the plan of the actual trip and getting to a place. But as soon as you get to the place, you just get to relax.
Yeah.
That's the transition we need to make.
Yeah. Well, and I think like in trips that I've taken later on by myself or like with Jansen, we have done a pretty good job at balancing where it's like, this is going to be our excursion day and we're going to go do something fun and like whatever. And then this next day is just relaxing and we're just sitting by the pool all day long or whatever. So there is that balance because
absolutely
there's nothing worse than going on a like week-long vacation and just pounding the pavement.
Yes.
And then coming back and having to just like get back to normal life. It's like, I'm
exhausted.
So tired.
So tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for our honeymoon, we planned like one thing a day, but one of the days we planned a spa day where we just got to be and relax. We got to go to the coolest like Roman style baths in Tuscany. It was badass.
So cool.
And just get to chill all day with our books and get massages. Worst massage I've ever had.
Oh no.
On my honeymoon.
Oh no.
They made me wear, you guys, these little throwaway disposable underwears.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If you've seen my butt in real life,
oh no.
let me tell you, a one size fits all disposable underwear.
No.
She ain't gonna be covering anything.
No.
That's floss.
It was floss that was ripping.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that was a couple's massage. So there was underwear on the other side of this coupledom happening as well.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable.
Oh no.
It was like the masseuses acted like they'd never given a massage before. It was the strangest experience. I also got this scrub treatment and they put me on a metal table.
Oh no.
So clinical.
In the
being
disposable
autopsied.
Yes, in a disposable thong.
Oh no.
There was this weird shower thing above the metal table and it did different types of like water treatments and different pressures and stuff. It felt like I was in a car wash. Felt like I was in a human car wash with a fake disposable thong on and just
Have you ever wanted to be autopsied alive?
Yes. And then they would come in and do the scrub on the backside. They'd wash me down again and I'd flip
So you
over.
got embalmed.
It was fantastic. Also, there was a light situation. There was like different colored lights going. So it felt like a car wash.
You were getting alien probed. You were getting abducted.
Did I also
like carnauba wax?
Yes. Did I mention that there was? I also had to wear a visor over my face so as not to get any of the suds or the water in my face.
Oh, no. So you're wearing like a COVID visor?
I am wearing a COVID visor. naked, wet and vulnerable in a disposable thong
Man,
in the
you
middle
got
of
abducted
Italy.
by aliens for like an hour.
I got out of there.
Or punked.
I got out of there and the girl was like,
They're like,
was it good? It's like, no.
it's just a trick they play to see like like how long will they put up with
Oh,
what
the
we're
American is
The
here.
Americans, how long can we make them sit through these?
We're
Why did I
gonna
make them
charge-
French?
We're going to charge them €200.
Oh
And they did.
no. Oh.
Yeah, 5 stars.
So my travel
Nice.
experiences.
Yeah. Where did you go?
I got bit by the travel bug real young because mom started working for the airline when I was 8.
Yes.
So I had the privilege of being able to fly for free, which was never something we had done before. Like you said, we were a road trip family. I do still love a road trip though.
Yeah.
I love,
Well, not anymore. You've been scarred by the California to Arizona road
I think
trip.
I've become a better road tripper, to be totally honest. The
You have
thing
a
that,
system.
yes, the thing that I don't love is that specific road
Yes.
because one, the people that drive, the semis that drive on that road from California to Arizona, they're insane.
Yeah.
And also, you ain't looking at nothing.
Yeah.
There ain't no pretty things to look at.
Nope.
Now, the PCH road trip, love.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Would love to do, James and I want to do a East Coast fall road trip, go leaf peeping. Go through
Cute.
Maine,
Yes.
Rhode Island, all
Boston
those.
in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
September, October time, very nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
It's
Anyways,
okay.
road trips.
Road trips. No. And then a lot of California, but also when I was in high school, I got to go to Germany on an exchange program.
Oh, yeah.
Because I took German for my first years of high school, and my German teacher had done a lot of his undergrad in Germany, and so his roommate from then, they stayed friends and kind of made our school sister schools.
Yeah.
And so we did an exchange program where they came here during our school year at the end of October and beginning of November for like 2.5 weeks. And then we got to go there during the summer because they were still in school for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Someone that you met listens to us and they're talking about it because
Oh,
the
funny.
more we're on, the more our bubble in Germany keeps growing.
Oh,
I
really?
wonder if it's there's one girl that I've kind of stayed friends with like through social media.
Yeah.
I'll have to reach out to her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Dankeschön.
And Dankeschön. But yeah, no, I loved Germany. It was my first time out of the country. So it was my first little passport.
Yeah.
And
Was it your first time traveling by yourself?
no, so mom flew me out there.
That's right.
Our poor mother. She's so sacrificial. Because again, we flew standby. So she flew me
Oh gosh.
from Arizona. We had to fly from Arizona to Philly and then Philly to Germany. And then she was there for basically like 48 hours, turned around and came back to the States and then did it again to bring me home.
I think she likes it
Ew.
though.
Yeah.
I think my mom loves getting on a plane.
She's got a touch of the masochism.
Yeah, that too. Well, I think most moms do. But
Yeah.
I think she likes it. I think she
Yeah.
likes being helpful. I
Yeah.
also think she
Well,
likes being in control of a travel
yes.
situation. 'Cause
We
she's good
also
at it.
got to like pretty cheaply upgrade to first
Yeah.
class
Oh,
for
yeah.
the flight
Nice.
home. So we got the pods and I
like
got to
that.
pass all of my classmates and go up to first
Like,
class to the pods from Germany
bye.
to America.
You're
Fantastic.
like, you thought I was one of the poorest in this class? Now look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still am, but I've got perks. But the only reason I got to go was because the trip was basically free.
Yeah.
Because our room and board was just staying at someone's home.
Mm-hmm.
I did have the interesting experience of a host family that kind of ignored me
Oh no.
for most of the time I was there. I mean, they were just busy. They were working and like had lives and school going on. And so I spent most of my time with my other classmates, host families and stuff. But yeah, it's where I had my first kiss
Cute.
At a club, right?
at like a
Bar.
beer garden.
Cute.
Yeah, playing spin the bottle.
Adorable.
Adorable. We both had bracelets. It was
Oh.
very awkward.
And you didn't get attached?
No. because it was like, first of all, a peck
I just want to know one person that accidentally
that actually got braces attached to each other.
Well, they kissed. I think it's
No,
funny.
you mostly just get scratched.
Ooh,
Also,
owie.
like, how much
Yeah.
teeth are you kissing
Yeah.
with?
I don't know. I didn't kiss anybody back then.
Yeah. And had my quote unquote first beers.
Yeah.
Because I was 16 and so I could legally drink there. But
Fun.
Yeah.
I got to try beer for the first time
Yeah.
when we went to Germany.
Wood beer.
but I loved Europe. I like that trip. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
instantly was like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
I like not being in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my mementos that I brought
Yeah.
is a little Oktoberfest,
Cute.
which I didn't actually go to Oktoberfest because it's not actually in October. Fun fact. It's in like September, but we were there during the summer. But I don't know if you can read it, but
Yeah.
it says Oktoberfest. Ein Prost, which is like Prost is like what you say when you cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Oh.
So cool.
And so it used to light up. It does not light up anymore.
Oh.
But that's just a little fun. And one of my other favorite souvenirs from this trip, which I could not find,
Oh no.
was we went to Neuschwanstein, which is this
The castle.
the castle. It's beautiful. It's what the Disney castle is based off of.
Right.
There's a mural inside that Walt Disney like completely ripped off and is Bambi's forest, and also Snow White's forest. But it's the most beautiful castle. You cannot take pictures inside.
Right.
But one of my classmates stole a keychain, and so one of the souvenirs from this trip that I have was fully stolen from the gift shop.
Oh no.
Because listen, we were both poor.
Yeah.
And we were the kids who were like, if you wanted to buy anything, you had to, that was the main expense of the trip, was any spending money that you
Yeah.
brought. So we had both been the kids who were like, I have $200 for this entire 3 weeks. Got to make it last.
Yeah.
And like some of the kids on this trip had like mommy's credit card or had brought like $1,200 or what,
Ooh.
and
Lucky ducks.
also the dollar to euro conversion rate at the time was not great.
Yeah.
And so your money went quick.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Did you
I
guys
guess.
ever want to study abroad? Did you think about it?
Mhm.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because my trip to Germany was my junior year.
Yeah.
Like end of my junior year. So that's when I was like starting to think about college and stuff.
Mhm.
And I was trying to remember what the school was called because whatever it was, there's a ton of locations that they have.
Oh, cool.
And one of them was in Germany. And so my sister was still living there at the time. And I was like, it'd be so fun to get to go.
Yeah.
I would know someone there. So I wouldn't be
Mhm.
completely by myself in case. But,
Yeah.
so yeah, I did look into it a little bit, but obviously
Didn't happen.
it didn't happen.
I mean, either. Same. I wanted
Yeah.
to do study abroad in London.
Same.
Looked at the prices.
Mhm.
Was like, oh, no.
yeah.
Yeah. No, my original plan for school was I was going to do my 2 years at community college, go do a year at NAU, and then I wanted to transfer and finish out my degree in London
That would have been so cool.
and then find a way to stay.
And then find a wife.
Yeah.
Mhm. Find a way to stay, find a wife, work in a school in England.
I think that
Perfect.
was
Done.
my idea too. I was like, well, if I get there, I'll meet somebody and then I don't have to come back.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make it, I couldn't rationalize it in my head
Mhm.
because my degree, I didn't need to go study abroad,
No,
right?
no.
Like I
Yeah.
didn't need to go do a dissertation at some studious place
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
London town.
Yeah.
Well,
wouldn't
if
have
you had
helped
stuck
me.
with the English degree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I already knew that that wasn't going to make me money. So I wasn't
Yeah.
about to spend thousands of dollars going to a different country to
Yeah.
still not make more money.
Yeah. Well, and the thing
Not
that I
cheap.
was looking at wasn't like for a degree. It was
Right.
a Christian like year study.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
got like a certificate.
Yeah.
That's cute.
But like it
It's
wasn't
like a
gonna-
ministry degree, basically.
Okay.
It's I know the
There would
school
have
you're
been
talking
no
about.
credits that I could have transferred to another
Really?
school. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
brutal.
So
It would just have
spend a
been for the
year-
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have old friends who went to the one in France.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If I could go back, I would. If you could go back and major in anything, do you think you would have changed what you majored in?
Yes.
Really? What would you do?
I would do like communications or something more generic.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I wanted to change my degree my senior year. But
Really?
I was like,
Can't do it.
I'm this close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way the like camp schedule works, my dad had shifted the like camps around a little bit so they could come for my graduation. So like I would have messed up other things too, and I was like, whatever, I'm this close, like I'll just finish.
Just get her done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's originally, a few years ago when I was actively thinking about going back to school, and was pursuing it a little bit, I was going to go back for high school education. I wanted to be a high school history teacher.
Cute.
And I think in another life, I would have done that. I would have gone down that route and been a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Just because I've
always been able to picture her as a teacher for some reason, even when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I think she was the kid that was bullied. She would be those make the greatest
kindest.
teachers.
Yeah.
The greatest teachers come from the most horrible school childhoods.
Yeah. And I just I had great history teachers. I had some rough history teachers, but I've always loved history, and I love teenagers, and I think in not a weird way, but in a mentoring way, in a way of I just
mentoring the next generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything feels so heavy and so permanent at that age.
Yes.
And to have an adult who's semi-grounded, to be like, hey, you good.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I just would have had one teacher. I had
I had a few.
Great amount of teachers be so encouraging to me, but I wish one of them would have just said, you don't need to have it all figured out right now. Like, it's okay to not feel like you need to compete for everything and to be the best at everything. Like, none of this really matters. It actually doesn't even really matter in college either. I wish someone would have said, make more mistakes, Bailey. Like, it doesn't need to be so perfect all the time.
I thankfully had a good amount of teachers who saw me and were like, it's okay if you're not good at this. Not in a pity way, but I think they saw me beating myself up so much because I just never was good at school.
Yeah.
The American education system is not built for kids like me. And so I was never very good at it. And
there's not enough room for a teacher to customize something for you in an American classroom because you're dealing with 40 other students sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I now know, I wish I could have been a Montessori kid. I would have thrived in a Montessori setting.
Would have.
Huh?
Yeah.
If I had been able to go through a K through 8th or K through 12 that was Montessori.
Man.
James was a Montessori kid.
Yeah, that checks out.
It shows.
That's why he's so good at dishes.
He loves it.
They teach him young.
Yes.
That's part of
life
preschool
skills.
I've
life
honestly
skills is they teach them.
never heard of this until right this very moment.
Really? Oh, we'll do some
Montessori
Googling for
is all about life skills and actually preparing a child to have them.
and
Nice.
interpersonal communication skills with trying to be friends with everybody, talk to different kinds of people, be able to hold a conversation. It's very, I don't know.
It's multi-generational. Every classroom isn't just all kids your age.
Yeah. So you learn from grades higher than you
cool.
and get to mimic them a little bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would have been a chef. If I could go back and do anything, I would have gone to a different country and gone to culinary school, and I would have done something in food.
Been Anna Garden's protege.
That would have been dream.
Dream.
Yeah.
I even patisserie or baking or anything like that. I think chef makes more sense for my type of brain because I don't like recipes. I like kind of winging it and trying to see what happens. I also love the artistry of cooking. I have always been obsessed with cooking shows and chef shows, especially when Netflix started to get into chef shows back in the 2015, 2016 years.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love a chef's table.
I had a chef's phase hard.
Yeah, I think everybody
junior
kind of
high.
does.
Yeah. I would have wanted to go more the baking route.
Yes.
I could totally see you as a
I wanted to go to
patisserie.
the patisserie school in France.
Yeah.
I wanted that whole.
Yeah, I just saw this girl on my FYP and she's 35. She's like, do it, quit everything, move, and go do the thing that you want to go do. And she's a patisserie chef in school right now. Got a scholarship because she was an older student. She's a Black student too. She got a different scholarship for that. And she's an American in France going to this school, and she got a different scholarship for that. And she's just making it happen. She's single,
That's awesome.
no kids, and just doing it because she's
cool.
why waste more of my life in
Yeah.
a corporate desk at a corporate chair, being a corporate
Yeah.
drone
Yeah.
when I could go. She was like walking through a
dream.
lavender field on her way to work.
As you do. You know?
Oh, okay.
Oh
Thanks
my gosh.
for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your college stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any memorable mishaps that happened while traveling that kind of taught you how to think on your feet
So
or learn some valuable lessons? Kelly, you got one?
I do, yeah.
Tell us.
So it was on the trip with my family to Germany.
Yes.
We were on our way back, road trip wise, from France to go back to Germany to be where my sister and her husband were living. And we had 2 cars because they had 2 Priuses.
Teeny
And
tiny.
so my brother-in-law and my aunt and uncle were in one car, and then
Uh-huh.
my sister and my parents and me were in
The other.
the other car. So we're driving down the road, my parents and my sister and I, just singing along to like songs on
Cute.
like
Yeah.
probably show tunes, like who knows.
Yeah.
But
like instantly my brain was like,
probably
family is
Wicked.
so musical theater and I love it so much.
Yeah. And
Meanwhile, my head went Hillary Duff.
so, I wish. But like singing along to songs,
Cute.
not paying attention to the gas
Oh
level.
no.
No.
In
So-
a teeny tiny Prius tank.
and in the outskirts of France.
No.
So we run out of gas, we run out of electricity, and pull over on the side. And there, apparently, it's illegal to like be on the side of the road.
Oh.
So like if you have your car break down, like you can get fined, whatever,
Cool.
or something. So my sister had a gas can in the back of her car.
As you do.
I think. So my dad and my sister decided to start walking because we needed to go find a gas station.
Yeah.
And so they started walking, and my sister took French in high school and stuff, so she knew a little bit,
Yes.
but hadn't used it a ton. And like where we were at this point, not very many people speak English because we're so far out of the city.
Uh-huh.
So we finally get to they finally get to a gas station to get a little bit of gas, come back, put it in the car we drive so we can fill up the rest of the tank.
Oh my gosh.
But back then, the chip in the credit card was very new,
Yes.
and Europe had pretty much adopted it at that point. The US had not. So we didn't have chip cards. So our credit cards
No.
wouldn't work. So we only could pay with what little cash we had. And
Oh no.
because when they lived over there, they worked on a military base, and
Right.
so they had like rations, but they only worked in Germany.
Oh, come on.
So we had to use what little cash we had
Oh,
to
no.
try and get enough gas to get us over the border so we could get gas in Germany.
Insane.
It was nuts.
That
And
is
we
a
like
long
we were
day.
hungry.
Oh, yeah.
We were
Yeah.
we barely had any money. We're like,
Frustrated.
You have bad luck with road trips
I do.
and cars breaking down on the side of the road because
Yeah.
you also had that one with your aunt.
Yeah.
Oof.
We had bad luck with road trips too. And the second we stopped doing them as a family, travel got increasingly better.
Yeah.
I just think we should not be on the road all
Bailey
together.
broke her leg.
Yeah, I broke my leg in Utah on a trip to Utah for it was the second day, July 4th. Broke it.
2 days after my birthday.
Snapped it in half. And
Oh,
was in the
no.
hospital in Utah for over a week. And then my parents said, let's go. No, we were going to go home, and the transmission blew. Closest place. No, didn't we go to
No,
Vegas?
that's Vegas.
It was part of the same trip because I was in a cast.
You were in a cast in Vegas?
Yeah. In the back of the van.
Oh no.
Just waiting
Yeah.
for a car to get fixed.
Oh.
Terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, our trip to Vegas got extended a lot longer than it was supposed to.
So long.
I think those were 2 different trips.
Those
Were
were
they?
2 different
Yeah,
trips.
because
Yeah.
we went to Zion for some sort of
Yes.
Pioneer
You are
Girls thing,
so,
and
oh
then we went to
God,
Vegas.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh.
You're right.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was older for Vegas,
Yes.
I was potty training when you broke your leg.
Cute.
I think
Potty
because
trained myself.
Nice.
the Pioneer
Good
Girl
job.
trip and Vegas were tied together. I
Yeah.
thought the Utah trip and Vegas were tied together because I
Yeah.
always knew there was something else
Yeah.
as a part of the Vegas
Yeah.
trip that
Yeah.
I was like, why are we still traveling?
Yeah.
How are
Yeah.
we still out here?
Vegas is where I gained my fear of clowns. Because I was taken to
Circus,
Circus
circus.
4D clown show.
I didn't
Yep,
go to that
terrified.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Trying
No
to find
idea.
something to do with
Choice.
a child in
Yep.
Vegas.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yep.
The M&M Museum.
We had already done that.
The Coca-Cola Museum.
Already did that.
Did that. Back then, there wasn't. Now,
Yeah.
a kid in Vegas now, there's tons of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Heather and Nate just did their baby moon and they brought Liv with them.
Yeah.
And plenty of stuff
Then
to go
it was
entertain.
like the pirate show
Oh, yeah.
Treasure Island.
at
That's
Treasure
where Jansen
Island.
and I pretended to be British children.
Oh.
And we tricked some people. That's
Cute.
fun.
We loved doing that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think most kids want to.
my mom would join in on it too.
Stop. I love
so
that.
much.
I remember we were like waiting outside like a little ice cream shop, and she's like we're like trying to pick what toppings we want, and she's like, "What's an Oreo?" Like a little cookie.
That's so
A little
precious.
biscuit.
Yeah. With cream in the middle.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That's
so cute.
So funny. Any other mishaps, Halls?
Oh, so many. We already went through my Caribbean ones.
Yeah.
Germany. It's not. So Mom and I have a theme, where we end up at Pride events, on accident.
Before
coming out. 'Cause I was 16 and
She
definitely
was
not out.
drawn to them.
You know, Jesus is funny.
I love the colors.
Yeah. So we're walking through Munich or München for our German listeners. And we're walking through the city. It was raining, so there wasn't like a lot open.
Mm-hmm.
And but we still wanted to kind of make the most of the rest of the afternoon because we had already went and done the English Garden. So we're walking through the city. We wanted to go see the clock tower that like has the dancing. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
We walk into an event and I'm like looking around. I'm like, that's a drag queen. And then I'm like, I look up at the sign. I'm like, my German's not great, but that definitely says "Welcome to Pride."
That's great.
It's like "Willkommen to," and then whatever the word for Pride was, and I was,
Breathe.
yeah,
I don't know.
and there's like, and there were rainbow umbrellas, like people walking around with
Yes.
their umbrellas.
Yeah.
And I looked at them, I was like, we're in a Pride event. Stoltz. There you go. Yeah. And so that happened. And then when I was 19, we were in Nashville the week that, and it was 2015, and it was the week that the House passed gay marriage for the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So we got stuck in traffic between a Pride event and a straight Pride parade.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
Nashville.
Heritage.
Yeah.
So we were on our way back from a plantation.
Oh, okay.
Woof.
We've learned some lessons
Yeah.
while traveling.
Yeah.
Didn't? No.
Yeah.
Growth, you know.
Okay, I want to
Yeah.
close with a couple more souvenir stories because a few of us get a certain souvenir every time we travel, and then Halsey brought some to show on camera, some more to show on camera. The thing that James and I get while we travel now is he likes to get a magnet when he travels, but together we always get Christmas ornaments
Cute.
so that we have something on our tree to resemble our travel. But my favorite souvenir that I've ever gotten that I still have, and I'll take a picture of it, is like a little mirror compact that I bought in Paris on the Seine.
Oh, I know which one you're
The
talking
River
about.
Seine.
Yeah. Seen it.
And in one of those like little market stalls. And it has like this very vintage looking Paris front cover on with the little Eiffel Tower and like a vintage stamp almost. Very photoshopped looking probably, and just like a screen printing. But to me it's precious. And it's just this precious little gold compact with a little mirror inside, and you put like a poof in it if you want to. And I still have it to this day. Makes me so happy.
Love it.
That
Yeah.
reminds me, I do have a little mirror. It's not like a compact, but it's just like a single mirror that I got in Paris, and it has the like water lily Monet painting on the back of it.
Cute.
It's somewhere in a makeup bag.
I love
over
that.
That's awesome.
Precious.
But-
I also got like a little Eiffel Tower from
Yeah.
the people that follow you around. So I
Yeah.
was like, ooh,
You're like, I will take all 10 of them, please.
those kinds of people work very well on me.
Yeah.
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 They take all my monies.
Same. I'm very gullible.
What about you, Kel? Do
Same.
you have any? You have
I
one that you and
have-
Jansen do, right?
Yeah. And we did, for our Cancun honeymoon, we did get a cute magnet. And I
Yeah.
think we had the intention of like finding magnets wherever we go, but it was like a hand painted. They painted it there
Ooh,
in front of us.
Oh, wow.
And
That's so
gave
cool.
it to us. It's on my refrigerator downstairs.
Also take a look.
But the other thing that we tried to do is smush pennies.
Yeah.
And we have a little, and I'm looking everywhere for it. I can't find it right now, but I'll try to find it.
Yes.
But a little penny passport that has all the little
That's so cute.
smush pennies from
I love
any like activity we've done on vacation and stuff like that. So it's pretty
Fresh.
full actually. We have
Nice.
quite a few pennies.
Love. I feel like that's a good one too, that
Yeah.
most places you can find
Yeah.
something.
But we're not always carrying change with us.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That is hard, especially if you are in a different country or
Yeah. So we need to like keep. We need to
bag
be
of
better about
pennies.
like keeping a bag of pennies and like quarters.
Cute.
just in one of your suitcases.
Yeah.
Don't forget the pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's precious.
Yeah.
But it's small and it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
The main two that I do is I always bring home at least a coin or some amount of money from wherever I've gone, especially, like not dollar bills, but like from different countries.
Yes.
So I have at least a coin from every country I've ever been to.
Cute.
And then I always get a sticker or a patch because I have a big framed sticker collection in my house on my gallery wall.
Yeah.
And so I have a sticker or a patch from almost every place I've ever been.
Cute.
I like it.
And then
You brought
the two that I
couple.
brought. So money.
my niece.
This is all Bosnian marks that I have and some Croatian money that I just have not ever
Converted.
reconverted. Because it's such a pain. You got to go to the airport and it's like a whole thing. And
You might go back.
I might go back. You never know. So they're fun. They have lots of fun little coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little.
We'll put them on social so
Yeah.
that our audio listeners can see too. I'll
Yeah.
post like a little carousel.
I think
or
I have
something.
like one of each coin because they have a lot of coins in Bosnia.
Interesting.
They have a dollar coin because they don't have dollar bills.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We have a dollar coin.
Yeah, we do. It's just not super common in circulation.
True.
And then they have fun money and their money is so
Colorful.
colorful, but it's
Nice.
also smaller
Yeah, it is smaller.
than American money. And it
Cute.
is all different colors and different sizes, and there's all different little like
Textures.
textures and holographics and stuff on it, depending on how old the bill is.
Other
But
countries' money just looks like the future to me. It's so
it does.
strange.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of the money in oh my gosh. No, I'm thinking of the food packets in Spy Kids.
Oh,
Always thinking about the food packets and Spy Kids.
yeah.
The McDonald's microwave.
Very disappointed that has not become
That doesn't
my
exist
reality.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So
Thanks
that's
for
very
bringing
fun.
that.
And then the last thing is a Bailey and I tradition of whenever we travel together.
Which we don't do very often.
We don't
now.
do very often because we travel very differently. We love each other. That's why we had separate but equal vacations with our mother in 2018. I got Ireland, she got Greece. And it worked out very well for us.
Swimmingly.
Beautiful. But I don't know if this is
As
going to show up on camera.
Kinda. As kids, we would try and find like the hat shop wherever we were, because California is riddled with them, first of all.
Yeah.
But we would find the funniest, wackiest hats and take pictures
Yeah.
with them. So that one's from the Mad Hatter hat shop
Yeah.
in Disneyland.
Cute.
But we're and it's so funny because I think these are the pictures that really show our age difference
Oh
the
my God.
most.
Look at me. I'm towering over her, like hunched over.
Yeah.
So funny.
Aw,
My little sister.
Our little baby.
so cute.
Thanks
Yeah.
for all your stories
You're
this
welcome.
hour, y'all. That was so
Yeah.
fun. We really like doing travel talks because it's just been a very distinct red thread in all of our lives, but in just different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love telling those stories because for the most part, Halsey's and my travel stories are separate other
Yeah.
than our childhood.
We have very few like family vacations.
No, yeah.
Most of our travels have been away from each other.
Or
Yeah.
if we meet up for the holidays. If
Yeah.
we're meeting up for the holidays, she was usually coming to Seattle or
Yeah.
the coast, the
Yeah.
coastal Christmas that we do.
Yes.
Anyways,
That's fun.
thanks to you for joining us on YouTube and or podcast platforms. If you're on YouTube, please hit a like on this video, maybe comment below. We would really appreciate it. Tell us your favorite travel stories or maybe your favorite travel mishap. I like those stories a lot. If you could hit the bell so that you know that new episodes are coming out or whenever we're going live, that would be fantastic. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're on podcast platforms, you're not left out. Please rate and review our show because the more rates and reviews we get, the more that our show is shared across the channels so that we can meet more of you and they can spend time with the sisters. I'm always joined by my sister by blood,
Halsey.
my sister by contract,
Kelly.
and I'm Bailey. Thanks so much for joining us on Blood and Contracts.
Goodbye.
Bye.